Hello, hello. Hi everyone. Long time no live, and well, I thought it was time to do something because I'm missing you. Uh, well, I'm missing the live and the direct contact we have here, and I thought that was quite a long time. We didn't speak about shaping the knife on stones. Because I'm learning every day, and of course since the last video, maybe this spring, maybe something like that, I have learned some few things, and of course I'm happy to share. So we're gonna work this knife. This is Onesuke. It's quite a thick knife, okay? And actually for learning, thick knife are much easier than, for example, a Giotto, which is much thinner, so the angles are thinner, and then you will struggle to make something clean because all angles are quite thin. So I have made this knife a little bit asymmetrical. So as you can see, this bevel is quite large, and this one will be narrower. So actually the knife is a right-handed knife, and it will push a bit the food on this way. So I have done this side already, and I thought we could do a live about this side. If you have questions about the process, please ask, and yeah, I will be happy to help. First of all, it's quite good to look at the knife and understand it, because I think most of the people who are polishing on stones, they feel they are very intuitive about it, and it's a good way to start, but quite quickly you are limited, because there is a lot of non-intuitive things on the stones. There is a lot of thinking about the geometry, about the surface of a knife, and it's better to understand that and to be actually in contact with those elements which are more theoretical. So you can do a better work. First, I wanted to say that I have upgraded a little bit my coarse stone setup, and I'm going to show you that quickly. Okay, these are the stones I'm using. Let's put them in the order, maybe. Okay. So the order is this. Okay. This is Debado 180. This is Imanishi 200. This is Naniwa Big Pink Brick 200. This is 400 diamond plate, and this is Naniwa Pro 400. This is the coarsest, and this is the softest. It will be great if you have to grind a lot, and if you don't have any machine, if you don't have any grinder. I got a whetstone now. I got a water whetstone grinder, horizontal wheel, and this is actually starting to replace this because it's faster and actually more accurate. Problem with the Debado is that even if it's grinding very fast, it's not super precise. So it means all the critical place like shinogi, tip and heel you should not go close with this stone. It's too coarse, too soft for that. Imanishi is a great stone because it's really balanced, hard and soft at the same time, and it's erasing quite well anything, and you will work fast with this one. It's quite small compared to the Bado, but it's cheap, quite cheap. Third is Naniwa. It's very hard. It would replace for you this one, the Naniwa, the diamond plate. It's hard, so it makes everything crispy and controlled. So if you want to make nice shinogi, heel, tip, critical places and make it very clean, this is a good stone, good whetstone to work. There's a lot of hard whetstone, but this one is quite nice. Advised by Ziga, I think, if he's here. Diamond plate is really great stone. This is practical sharpening. I don't know if he's making more. It's difficult to get them from him, but there is some diamond stone like this that are coming more and more, so maybe you will find them. They are expensive. If you polish a lot, buy it. If you don't polish a lot, go to the pink whetstone. And last will be the Naniwa Pro 400, and this is great stone to do the jump from a very coarse stone to a finer stone, and then all your progression. We're gonna start with the diamond because the diamond is very helpful because it's not doing any mud. It will give a white finish on the bevel, and you will see pretty well what I'm doing. Well, I hope. So when you start polishing a bevel, you should maybe do a little bit of just analysis. So you put the bevel on the stone, and without too much pressure, you can just do a little tour from heel to tip, and this will give you a lot of information, and it will give you all the high spot. Of course, it needs to be at the opposite scratch pattern as it was, so you can really see clearly. So I didn't put so much pressure on the knife, okay? Scratch pattern was perpendicular from now, and all the darker area, they are the longitudinal strokes. So I can already see that there is a high spot here, there is a high spot all along here, and it's not touching so much here, and it's not so much touching here. So what this means is that we always talk about low spots and you have to erase low spots, but actually I'm sure this is like a master trick, so nobody understand. Actually, you don't erase low spots. Well, of course you erase low spots, but you actually erase high spots. It's something I'm learning more and more, and it's really more understandable if you think about high instead of low. So now I have put that knife on the stone. I can see my high spot, okay, the darker area, and this means everything else is a little bit lower, and it means that the high spot must be worked first. If I put the high spot down, I will touch the low. Easy. So I'm gonna follow that, maybe a little more to be sure that I'm in the good direction. So again, not too much pressure. And I choose longitudinal because the knife is perpendicular scratch pattern previously. Okay, so I got even more information. I'm trying to show you. Okay, so all the dark is longitudinal. So you can see what shape of the bevel is, and I really need not to touch here. I really need not to touch here, and I really need not to touch here. Everything else can be worked. Okay, go. Okay, go. And if you have a question again, well, please ask. So I'm starting with diagonal strokes. Longitudinal is a very good way to control the wall shape of the bevel, meaning that you will be in the same position as your final stone. So it means that if you're good on that direction, it means that you will be good with your last finishing stone. It's very well way to control how the bevels sit on the stone, but it's very slow. It's super slow, and you will see that even the stone is not working that as fast as usual when you're working longitudinal. And it's same with sound belt. If you're using a sound belt, it will be very fast if you work perpendicular, but as soon as you work longitudinal, you will realize that it's just cutting nothing. So longitudinal is control, and perpendicular is more about grinding. And I'm gonna do a little bit mix because I'm like that, and I'm gonna work a little bit diagonal. So my aim is not like the edge, but more of the bevel. And I let the stone work a little bit. If I let the work too much, I'm gonna start making a low. So I need to be careful, and I will show you how to control that. Okay, let's work a little bit more. Okay, so I can show you a little bit, but it will need more work. So I'm starting to make a more flatter area, so the stone is more sitting. So as you can see, and here it's a low spot, okay? And I'm just working that area, and if I want to check, I will do again longitudinal. And Sharpage asking what is the stone, and this is a diamond 400 stone. 400 grit, it's a diamond stone. So I can always check a little bit quickly, longitudinal. Okay, and see what I have done. Okay, and I can start working again. So I would like to work, maybe I should work like not everything at the same time, maybe do some different battles. And my first battle will be making that area to touch. And as you can see quite well, I have just done here, so I'm getting lower here. Well, thank you, sharp rectangle. Okay. It's weird. I'm good looking because I had like 2 awful weeks. I'm happy to have a live here because so I can maybe speak about it and feel better. Nakiri Lord? Because you have a Nakiri from me, or what do you mean? Okay. And I'm working the orders I got for October, and I'm fucking late, but it's okay. This will be an order, but yeah, October was super interesting concerning heat treatments, and I think I have. I'm not sure I've learned new things, but clearly they are now more set in my mind. If they were not completely set now, they are more clear, for sure. But yeah, it was quite a painful journey because, well, my test was not running well at the beginning, and hopefully I solved the thing, but at the beginning it was really not good. And at the end, the batch I was making, it's almost gone. I mean, it's almost not following. Why, thank you, Mr. Campbell. Yes, my title is not Kirilo. I didn't know. Sharp rectangle. Nakiri. Alright, alright. So control, longitudinal, and it's not touching the heel. So I'm gonna work again a little bit more. What I need to be careful is not to make a low spot. It's not because I want to erase one that I need to make more. For the people coming, if you don't understand what I'm doing, well, it's completely normal, but you can ask. Okay, so I have worked longitudinal quickly, and as you can see, the heel is not touching, but it's coming. Well, I think, yeah, the high spot, low spot thinking is the major thing, and I'm sure the question about saying low spot is like it's like really a game. I'm sure it is. Like you say low spot, so you're sure that the student will have some thinking for years, and then he will realize that it was high spots that we are seeking, not low. Okay. This is diamond resin. You're asking, but yeah, this is diamond resin from Practical Sharpening. Okay, I'm close to touch my heel. So I'm lowering a bit the pressure, so my stone is really doing the work without me to pushing on it. Yeah, it's a 400. It's of course slower than 220 whetstone. It's slower, but I think it's making more precise, and to showing you, it's really nice. So as you can see, I'm working here at the heel, and I still got this little bit, which is not really touching. To do that shape, quite interesting. Let me show you. There is different way, and actually I can choose a little bit. Or I flatten the bevel. It means that I go that area lower, so at the end I will put everything down to touch that angle. Or I make the choice that this could be or the beginning of some convexity, or to be another angle, meaning that I'm gonna push a little bit on the stone in that direction, and this will of course make it touch and make it grind here. Okay, so at the end I will make some stronger angle at the heel, and then there will be sort of transition of different angle going to the tip. I feel that I should maybe first let the shinogi be clean, going slowly and going working along the shinogi to make it touch at the heel cleanly, so the contact is clean. And okay, it's already there. That's it. Yes, this is honest. Okay, it's boning knife, and I've choose to make it a little bit asymmetrical. It's not like 0 100. For me it looks like 30 70, and yeah, it's an order for a French cook. Let's go on. So yeah, this little thing, okay, you see it here, this can be the start of some convexity, or it's gonna be another angle. So I'm not gonna touch that. I'm gonna work the rest of the bevel for now. So again, I can work longitudinal, and this will give me the way for the rest of the work. And actually, okay, it looks like putting the part before the heel a little bit down. It worked quite well to make the full blade better. Okay, there is some not really perfect things. Okay, this is close to be a low spot, so this needs to be worked. And if it's very shallow, I can go on longitudinal, because I will be in a better position to erase a longitudinal low spot, and yeah, to make it to erase before and after slowly. But if it's too deep, it means that I need to work again perpendicular, and to work the high spots. So as I can see, working a little bit, cheers, thank you, quite tippy. Um, it's nice. Yeah, the question was, well, no, the commentary was profile looks good for the knife. I need to remember to repeat a little bit, because when you're looking at the live later, you don't have all the conversation. I don't know if I can put it, I don't know, but yeah, you don't have the conversation, so that's why I'm repeating. What I wanted to say is, yeah, working the heel and flattening to make this area touch quite well. I have created a little bit of shallow low spots. Okay, you can see it's not touching perfectly, so I need to solve that again. And because now this area is touching very well, I need to work, I think, here, and I'm gonna work here until I touch now the tip. So, and at the end, you will have like almost just only shallow, high and low, and then you will work details. We are not really at details right now, not yet. I'm working the tip, and actually I want to push a little bit. I want to. I'm reading. I want to push a little bit the shinogi up, because I like aesthetically that the bevel is about the same width everywhere. On a Honesuke, it's quite dangerous, because if you push the shinogi up, it means you narrower the angle, and if you narrow the angle, at the end you will get something really thin, and I think the tip in a Honesuke is really a lot used, so you need to make it the finest I think the finest you can, but also the strongest. So you need to find the balance between the two. Okay, let's push a little bit the shinogi if I can. I'm not gonna push it too much, but maybe 1 millimeter. Well, it's a lot. 1 millimeter is a lot. Maybe a tenth of a millimeter, just a little bit. And with the stone, try to hear when you're not working the bevel, but you're really in contact with the shinogi. So we're gonna make a strong tip, no problem. It's also about the steel, how much the steel can support. Okay, not bad. Yeah, I change a little bit. I change a little bit the pressure, and I change also the finger position. It's very important that you check that when I'm working. Sometimes I'm working close to the edge. Sometimes I'm full bevel. Sometimes I'm really putting my pressure on the shinogi, and this is the most important because it will push the knife going to some angle. And I've got something a little bit better, not too much, but a little bit better. And I'm gonna work longitudinal so I can see how bad I have done to the knife, and then I will solve again the problem. What I can see is that all the shinogi work is not touching. Let me show you. Okay, as you can see. So I need to work not to grind too much here, but to grind maybe previously at the shinogi previously here, so I can make the knife touch again. Everything is linked, so everywhere you work, you will work, of course, a little bit too much at some area, just because you want a shape, you're looking for a shape. This will mean that the whole blade shape is changing, and if it's changing, you have to correct and solve the problems that you have created. Okay. Hello, Damien. So let's see. As you can see, shinogi is better, and I got something here really just at the end that is not touching. So let's work a little bit more. I'm always stressed when Damien is around. Try not to say any stupid thing, and try not to do any stupid gesture or anything like that. Okay. Well, thank you, Damien. I'm learning, and well, one day I will kick your ass. One day. But it's far, 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 far away. Okay. So this is longitudinal work. So as you can see, it's not too bad. Here there is a little bit of low spots here. Well, that's true, actually, because I'm forging I'm doing the handles, saya sometimes. So yeah. No, I'm speaking on polishing subject, and of course, well, even if I try to run fast, it will be difficult to follow someone who's doing the job every day and only that. Another thing you can check, guys, people, is oh, the blade is convex in that way, in that direction, lengthwise, because sometimes it's pretty flat, pretty straight. Sometimes there is quite a lot of convexity. On this one, I choose when I straighten the knife when the knife was not already straightened, and I did straighten the knife. I have choose that because I want it asymmetrical, I have straightened the knife a little bit more flatter here. Actually, there were a little bit of convexity, but nothing bad, just a little bit, so I can work easily. And this side was really more convex. This means I need to think about it. If I want to kill the convexity of it, it's possible, of course, but this will bring the shinogi up at the middle, because convexity is some more material. It's a place where there is more material. So when I'm working, I always need to remember that the curve of my knife is a little bit curved like that. So I just can't put the knife and keep the angle, keep the flatness, because I will kill the shinogi, or I will do wrong transitions. Okay, let's finish that bevel. I'm gonna work maybe a little bit close to shinogi so I can make something a little bit cleaner. Okay, and that's looking nice actually right now. Not perfect. We're gonna look at the details now. Okay, let's look at the details. So overall, as you can see now, the light is going quite better on that bevel. Details are here. My shinogi is not touching, though this means this is a low spot. Okay, and I got a small one here. Okay, little bit here, and maybe a little bit here. This means just that along the shinogi I need to grind a little bit overall until I touch here. If it was far, some solution would be to spot the problem, meaning pushing shinogi just around here. So because I'm grinding just especially that part, I will reach that one and that one. Okay. Other details are along the edge. Okay, so there is a low spot here and there is a low spot here. This one in the middle, it's troublesome a little bit. It means that this is thicker. Blade is already sharp. I mean, you can totally work with the knife already. But if this is low spot, okay, and I'm doing bevels that are zero grind, if this is low spot, this is of course high spot, and this is of course high spot. So I need to grind or both or one, so I can reach that one. This choice will be about the profile of the knife, because if this is already zero grind, and I grind this, I will grind the edge, and I will change a little bit the profile, meaning this drawing, and where I want to change my profile. So I can look, and for me, Onesuke doesn't need curve, needs quite a lot of flatness in the profile. Mine is not like super flat, but if I can do something for it, I should work the curve. So I'm gonna grind where there is more curve, and it looks like this is flat and this is curved. So I should work around. I should work around here. So after the low spot, to grind the edge and get this low spot at the surface. And secondly, it's there, okay, and this is low. So again, this means that everything else is high. So I need to maybe work the bevel. So I grind a little bit here, and I will finally touch here, and I will make a sort of triangle going from maybe the middle of the bevel, and it will die a little bit like that around here. And maybe this actually will erase this one. So maybe I should work this first. First, bigger problem first. Okay. So let's work like that. I'm grinding where I'm putting the fingers, and because I'm close to the edge, I'm starting to work more perpendicular and giving more convexity to the knife too. Okay, let's make a little bit of control. Okay. Are you still here? Depends, but generally no. Generally I'm doing more pushing than pulling, but it's also depends of the work. Sometimes when I'm really grinding a lot and I'm just putting some material away, I'm doing both pressure so I can grind more, but generally I'm doing pushing more. What I can see is there is still a little bit of things here, so yeah, I'm gonna grind a little bit more convexity just before that problem. Okay, and let's control again. So I've done some work on the edge mainly. So this longitudinal one is working along the shinogi. And now I'm working along the edge and with some convexity in my gesture, like that. I think, Damien, you already told me that. Yeah. I know I have done quite a pretty nice job here. Well, it was already the wall like this. It was just like that. The roof, I've done it with isolation and wood. It was a lot of work, but it looks nice. The floor was crap, so actually the less expensive was just to put a new wooden floor. Or maybe there is more less expensive, but it was quite cheap and fast because all the beams were ready. And last thing I've done is the kitchen. I found for quite a cheap price a kitchen on second hand, and I put the kitchen second hand in the workshop. Nice. If me and my girlfriend, we fight, I can still live here in my workshop. The only problem for the winter is the warming. I don't have really any so much solution about warming. I'm warming with like a fan, electric fan for now. So it's not like super nice, super best. Maybe I will find a wood fireplace, or I will find another solution. I don't know. Okay. So I'm working with a little bit more convexity. It works quite well. And with the convexity at the tip, I'm grinding it a little bit. I need to, but I'm making stronger the tip because I'm adding some convexity to it. Okay. Let's work again longitudinal, and that should be about it, maybe, with luck. Okay, so I still got a little bit low spot when I work the shinogi at the tip. It's not big. I need to be more controlling gesture. Okay, that is nice. Okay, and that's close to be a good shape on that bevel. So for the 3 people here, still here, thank you. Okay. When you see me work, you know why you buy a knife from me, and you're not just buying a cheap knife and then do all that shit yourself. Okay. There is still some few things here, okay? Light is showing that there is still low spots, and rest is not bad. Okay, let's finish that. For me, there are some of the trickiest parts, the heel. Okay. And we're good. So now I have done the main shape of that knife. So this is one side, and this is another one. This one will surely be more difficult because of the convexity lengthwise. I can still already see some transition, and this will be another subject for another video because that's super complex and I need to be better at it so I can show you. But just to show you, it's those diagonal line. I don't know if you see it. Okay, this one going like that. Okay, and the more you have convexity lengthwise, or a blade which is curved, or any movement in the surface, this will create those lines which are the different transition between different angles. To make a curve like that, actually you're doing tick 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 tick, and there will be a line at each faces, and then you need to blend that. And to blend that, there is a good way and a good time to do it, and this I'm still learning. It's complex. So yeah, maybe next video I will show you a little bit more about those transition. But what I can say is that a line is a high spot. A line is a high spot, so it's not because the stone touch that that it's just finished, done, and it's okay. You need to then work in the details. So we worked a little bit the details, like the little low spots everywhere, but the final details is about that, about the transition. So are the lines, and the lines are a little bit of low spots, and you need to grind those with delicacy, delicately. I don't know how to say that. Well, lightly, so you can have the best transition you can have on the blade for the stones. Strong transition is at maybe first is necessary to make the shapes, but at one time you need to find a way to make them soft and smooth. So that's it for today. I'm gonna finish that knife for today. Maybe work a little bit more with the 400 grit Naniwa Pro, but this will be it for today. So it was nice to see you again. Hope I could help a little bit with the work on stones, and if you have questions, you can write me a message. Goodbye.